The year was 1998, and an executive, Christopher Keenan, thought up the suggestion to add Elmyra Duff from Tiny Toon Adventures into Pinky and the Brain to make it feel more like a sitcom, and thus, one of the worst ideas for a Ruegger/Spielberg collaboration was born, and that, my friends, is Pinky, Elmyra, and the Brain. The main plot for the series is of Pinky and the Brain still trying to take over the world, but in the hands of Elmyra, quite literally. Elmyra also happens to have left Acme Acres and went to Chuck Norris Grammar School, and Elmyra, not Pinky, always ruins one scheme of brains after another. Elmyra was voiced by Chris Summers, whom would also voice Foxy Love on Drawn Together. The Brain was voiced by Maurice LaMarche, whom would also voice Orson Welles on The Critic. Pinky was voiced by Rob Paulson, whom would also voice Antoine de Colette on Sonic Sad AM. The humour of Pinky, Elmyra, and the Brain was slapstick, but I'm not exactly sure because of how bad it was. And get this, they actually had songs in the show. No joke. The music is done by Richard Stone, and I'd go so far as to say it's possibly the best thing out of the whole show. This show had its own set of characters such as Rudy, Vandy White, Patty Ann, and many, many more. Fun fact, did you know that this show ended up being thrown into the big cartoony show on Kids WB, and because of how unsuccessful it was, it got cancelled with only 5 episodes actually airing? Also, did you know the WB executives wanted Pinky and the Brain to be more like The Simpsons when thinking about putting Elmyra in there? What a mistake that was. This show had 13 episodes, making it the shortest Ruegger/Spielberg collaboration to date. But there was more. After Pinky, Elmyra, and the Brain was finished, Ruegger went on to create Hysteria and Road Rovers, which both received cult followings years later, and Spielberg much later made Monster House, a CGI horror movie for kids. And also, Tom Ruegger had made a show called Animalia, which aired in Australia. These cartoons had a charm to them, and these cartoons were no exception. Well, when you look at Pinky, Elmyra, and the Brain nowadays, it's surprisingly better than most shows on nowadays. These cartoons are also quite the underrated classics, as no one actually talks about them all the time. Well, outside the internet. They were funny, epic, amazing, magnificent, and just plain beautiful. They may be not doing reruns, but if we ever get to see the chance to see them again, we will always be there to watch the nostalgic cartoons we love so much. Thank you for watching the WB Ruegger/Spielberg cartoon retrospective, and I hope you liked watching it as I enjoyed making it. To quote Yakko Warner from Animaniacs, good night everybody.